Wards down again. Empire trying to avoid having the Bristol into the Ursa. Against this the aggression that we're going to have on this top lane. We'll see if I would imagine one of them is going to head down to help the Ursa out. No need to have that tri-lane set up, and yeah, they'll have the CM down there to back up the Ursa.
So they fissure block the top wave to have it meet under the tower so that it's going to push out forward so then they can play aggressive on the top laner with the Shaker and the Pango afterwards. And it's going to guarantee Afterlife a good start. And they got the lane that they actually predicted. They got the stick on Afterlife, so he's versus this Bristol who's in the safe lane. Empire.
Oh, that's true, actually, yeah.
With their lanes anyway.
Yeah. And, you know, so as Brian was saying, he was a fan of the Pango to finish off. Do you think this is a pretty nice game for Pangolier?
Love Pango versus these supports that can do literally nothing to you. Coddle and Disruptor just, they can't. Most of the times you're going to be swooping in with your ult on. Neither of them really can watch you. And it feels like it's a really good just follow up for the puck, follow up for the Earthshaker too. It's just got a lot of team fight. And it's a hero that I think is just really strong right now. I think some teams are afraid to pick it because it can be very like feast or famine. You can have an amazing game or you can have this useless game. I think this is one of the stronger offlaners. Because he just sets you up to counter the potential for illusion, the potential for summons, which feel like it's a big just past the bottom.
And they're able to catch SoNNeikO. A little too far forward. Dream trying to trade back onto Petu, but at this level, near enough damage to really threaten the Brew alone.
Decent lane though. Disruptor and Brew doesn't seem like one of the stronger ones, but Disruptor knew very strong early on. Same thing for that Cinder Brew, and they do trigger each other. Not too bad, especially versus a slow hero like CM. Whenever they see SoNNeikO out of position, they can kill him. Mid, I feel like this is probably the more boring matchup. They're both just going to be able to farm here. Maybe Void Spirit takes advantage a bit more, depending on who gets rune control. But farm lane.
4-minute runes important between these two. Something like DD or a haste or an arcane. Any of those sort of the offensive runes. Definitely the potential for a kill.
Whenever you get a lane like this as Pango, it feels so nice. You have Shaker backing you up to reset the lane positioning, and also there's no kill threat really. Unless you massively misplay with the swashbuckle, you're always going to be able to get farm up here.
To life, pretty much got the Orb of Corrosion done, so just that extra damage and control to really make the Bristol play rather careful up here. Knight trying to chase down Immersion. Well, I'm going any further. And
oh, his wave though. Did he miss any of these last hits? He's got a whole wave under his tower. It looks like he should be able to get at least 1 or 2 at the quilt. Oh, he missed both. Oh no. Poor Bristle.
Yeah, his farm falling behind a little bit.
It is.
That of Afterlife. 21-1 on the Pango. Definitely set that lane up to have a better time here on Radiant.
And I see Orb of Corrosion, right, with the lucky shot. I'm seeing a lot of frail heroes on this side of Empire. Brewmaster, your tankiest one, and Brewmaster is not a hero really who is that tanky when he's not in his split. Requires a bit of items, is used 3 armor, doesn't build up that fast either. There's gonna be some frontline issues, I feel like, for the side of Empire with this Pango getting such a good start and them having just insane amounts of damage on this live to win draft. Just from their spells, from their toolkit, heroes are gonna get 100 to 0'd.
4-minute runes in play. He's able to control them. SoNNeikO is teeping out of it. Up top, Immersion will be able to secure the FN. And sort of as you say in the fight, you know, sort of the worries about how they frontline. I mean, is the Bristol just that you don't think Live to Win will care about the Bristol because they'll be able to sort of fight around him even if he does get items?
I think they just have a lot of control for him, which can be scary. You run in and you're facing the wrong direction, you get chain stunned and Ursa gets on you. Pango rolls in forward, they will have the damage shield to clear him out if he doesn't get too early of an advantage. He is struggling a bit in this early game. If he gets his Vanguard and like his hood, then sure, he's gonna be this absolute monster, but might not get to that point where he's able to get these things so freely.
I mean, and is there gonna be an issue with how quickly this Bristol's going to be able to farm in comparison to an Ursa that, you know, if this Ursa does get a good timing on the Battle Fury? We're not seeing anything happen around the Ancients quite yet, but if they don't have stats right, this Bristol can't compete in sort of ability to scale.
Absolutely. I've actually been watching sayuw. That was the first time he stacked. I feel like he should have stacked a little bit earlier in this matchup just because of how the lanes kind of were going, and Smiling Knight's not really at risk of dying too much up here once he's got this start. I think he should really just be focused about stacking. Even bottom. Like, they should just be stacking even on the Disruptor. This 0 stacks.
If that does change over time. What moves we start to have from Gwyn is
Defense 6. Still has the haste rune. He's gonna look to make the move. Tanky Bristol, but he's quite isolated.
dropping the Dream Core down, making sure they've got every bit of burst to take him out. They'll take a bit of damage in return for the quills, but not enough to lose anyone there. Bottom, oh, nice little snipe there from EcNart, as Dream did kind of need that salve.
He really did. And then we just need the toolkit. The spells alone are enough to kill the Bristol without many right clicks. SoNNeikO, Gwyn will make the move bottom as well to match. Or put a much bigger kill on a Bristol. Pango's 6 now. Scary lane top for the Bristol now. Rotation. Kill him as bottom though.
Dream's looking pretty vulnerable here. Say that Gwyn. Okay, doesn't want to go for it. Did he have the 2 steps? Okay, he only had the 1
He only had
step.
the 1.
He only had the 1. Would have been a little risky to put himself in that position for the kill.
They were close to getting the glimpse. EcNart was just about to get it, but now Kato will take the mid lane. We see, I believe, Earthshaker. We see Immersion scouting out the stacks. I think he just let them know that there are 2 triple stacks there, so we might see live to
here we go.
maybe invade with the next coil and next Pango ulti. That would be disastrous for them.
If they lose the stacks. I mean, what you're saying? Well, with the Pango, it's not too hard to get in it. I mean, it looks like they're going to start clearing them now.
They got to start clearing them now. Yeah, I think this is the right choice.
Well, they'll be able to do so. They got level 6, 3 points for the quills. He's got the Ring of Health, so easily tanky enough to deal with these neutrals. There we go. All the items being found, and a good burst of cash and XP there for Smiling Knight.
Much needed, much needed. He was falling a little bit behind. He doesn't have any ancient stacks, so he does have at least 1 more of these hard camp stacks, but no ancients to really enable him even more. But he's doing way better than Dream. Like, this Ursa is really getting punished down here from this Brewmaster and Disruptor. CM can't really back him up nearly as well. They will probably find sayuw.
Nice to pop us out as well to keep himself alive.
Is that how it works?
This is an absurdly farmed Pango. I'm curious where to go. I actually kind of want to see like a defusal or something, because he's playing versus Brew and Bristol.
Oh,
I
that's
think a
not
defusal could
bad.
actually own so hard if he gets it, because he's just off to such a good start. I feel like there's a lot of options.
I mean, you've still got to go the Javelin.
I think he might,
I don't think you skip the Javelin, even if you are feeling like you can at least leave that in the build.
Dire's top tower.
I would love to. If he did go for the defusal though, I would go give him a hug. He's gonna go for the safer play, the Yules versus the Disruptor.
Oh, disappointment.
Control. Not gonna go for his big carry. He has that damage, but I would have loved to see him do it because just because of how ahead he really is. It would ruin the whole draft.
What is the opposite of an old soul?
Dire's top tower
That is what you are.
He'll go for the safer. Cool. They're setting up. Blue split is online.
They want to defend this tower. And the TP's in. Are going to certainly send Live to win back. They'll retreat, but they're not able to catch anyone there. And that did have the full, pretty much the full lineup of Empire coming up to push them away.
Oh, the dream for SoNNeikO. Look at this Crystal Maiden now farming bottom. Oh, now Bristol keep. Wait, no. But a full rotation top. They hold the tower, but it's still quite low. FN.
I mean, still going to go down.
They have a tower. Yeah, they still have the ward behind the tower. So these two have to be very cautious when everyone else does show. Gwyn TP on cooldown.
Tower's still looking very dead. Easy deny there from EcNart.
And they see Gwyn rotating top through this ward that they have in the river, so they're going to back up, give it respect.
Knows that they're around. So,
Dream getting time to catch up on the Ursa. He's pretty much caught back up. He's of course behind the Bristol, but that's just because of how much Smiling Knight was enabled. But he'll be able to catch up at a decent margin here.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
And what would you kind of want to see on the carry Bristol after this basis of the phase Vanguard? What are you getting the S and Y? The back? Okay, so just continue in attack. Okay.
I think you just go your Eternal Shroud, the best item in the game on Bristol. I'd be surprised if he doesn't buy. That item is insane. It feels like
yeah,
it's
no,
made
for sure.
Bristol.
I mean, as a position one, you're not upgrading that hook to high power. So the
Shroud always feels weird. It just has such good merits too, because then you have mana if they do go for any mana burning stuff, and it gives you the spell life skill, it gives you everything.
Yeah.
So I'd be surprised if he doesn't.
Dire are scanning.
Still making very good time with it. Top of the net. Smiling Knight. Bottom lane SoNNeikO. DD.
And use both steps. Defend. To defend here. Smiling Knight is going to start poking, and he's tanky. He doesn't have his cloak on him though, so magic damage still hurts.
Radiant
1800 HP with max Bristleback. Immersion shows
Oh,
himself.
he's looking very dead here.
Sure is.
He steps out, and Smiling Knight's just able to reach in and get that goo up on him. Yeah, they're not holding onto this tower. And Live to Win are going to have to let this one go.
If Afterlife isn't there, there's no way you're going to fight him. He's your strongest hero now. They might get the glimpse. EcNart, not 6 yet.
Radiant's bottom tower.
After the creeps do die, bit unfortunate. Side of Empire, maybe able to get a kill if he was the 6.
Dire's top tower is under attack.
They got more stacks to
Quickly
clean.
swinging over. SoNNeikO, yeah, a lot more stacks to clean up. But SoNNeikO, he spots them. Die for it.
was unfortunate to touch.
Nice little sweep by Empire. Taking bottom, immediately making the move mid, defending, holding onto their tower, and also protecting their stacks. Some good moves, getting themselves a 2k gold. 2k experience as well.
Yeah, I mean, their stat game has actually been pretty good. You know, despite at the beginning seeming like
Radiant's
not many
middle
H's
tower
going on,
is
but
under
as
attack.
we saw there, a great amount of stats have been achieved. Empire definitely knowing what needs to be done here to make sure that Smiling Knight has as good of a game as they need him to carry Bristol.
I'm really curious what he builds next.
Radiant's
I think you're right,
middle
Turtle
tower
Drow
is
It's a
under
little more
attack.
difficult. Yeah, that's what I would think, but he hasn't queued it up, which is always,
Radiant's
it means that
middle
he's probably
tower
going to be going for something bigger, but I was wondering what it could actually be in this game.
Dire's bottom
I mean, what
tower
are
is under attack.
sort of the other quintessential items for the carry Bristol?
I mean, it's only S and Y or Halberd. That's
Radiant
the only thing. Yeah, he queues up
are
S and Y.
Well, you want S and Y and then Abyssal, right?
Dire's
You want
bottom
Abyssal.
Yeah.
tower is under attack.
Like one or the other. It's S and Y or Halberd into the Abyssal Blade, and then you get your Ag Shard. The hairball is actually really strong. I've seen it multiple times now in game.
It's fine.
Getting him really farmed.
They
Yeah.
are.
These stacks.
So many
Sayuw's
stacks.
doing a great
Smiling
job.
Knight. It's going to take a bit of time for this Ursa, you know, with the Battle Fury to catch up. It's, Dream, how close is he? Still about 100 gold off that Battle Fury. Quite there.
Split bottom, but
Oh!
he gets caught at the end of
He
it.
does. They get him just as it comes to an end with the glimpse. And Afterlife, he's going to have a swashbuckle again in a second. He's out.
Away.
Oh, and he's actually away. Actually gets away. Oh my goodness. Even with that drag back after the TP, they couldn't quite get him. Mid-immersion. He's not away.
Very nice recall from sayuw, but 2 ults expended bottom
They
and
didn't
not
get him.
getting the Pango kill. And it's the long duration primal split, the long cooldown primal split at mid.
That's a very dead gwynbleidd. Not ready for
Ooh,
them.
that's rough.
Coming in from the high ground. We'll see Empire.
Top. Another recall.
They can run down Dream. They don't want to go hunting in the
Is under
trees.
attack.
They'll let him
Radiant
be.
structures are fortified.
80 seconds, no primal split. Pango ult is going to be up in about 3
Radiant's
seconds.
top
Live to Win
tower
can
is
live the
under
fight around
attack.
this tower. I think they can actually stop Smiling Knight from pushing this with their whole squad. FN, when you get enraged for a blink coil, it's still on cooldown. If they could get him under the tower there, that's a dead Bristle, 100%. Very close for Smiling Knight.
Still poking around this one.
Yeah, they start to back away though. FN, he left. He's the one to catch. The rest of it, okay, Empire is starting to make their way over. They have Disruptor ult at 8.
Dire's
Still no
middle
split for
tower
40.
They get glimpsed. Oh, they're in. Afterlife, he's trying to get away. He's rolling up. And he's able to get it off. As he's going to turn, crash through all of them with the stun. He's actually going to go back in again. He's in a bit of a risky position here, and he's dead. I would have thought he would have had the chance to roll away, but he opted to go back in and get another bounce off.
Has fallen.
Yeah, that was... Especially because he'd already lived. So if he just rolls out, and then he just swashbuckles out, he might have a high chance of living there. But sticks around. I guess just wanted to make space for FN to take the mid tower, but pays with his life.
Radiant's top tower.
Nice smoke by Empire. And they will have Ursa involved in the next engagement. They didn't have it there. They were making a big move. And a recall bottom.
Instantly onto Dreamer. Dreamer's still got Enrage on cooldown. 10 seconds, so he doesn't have a lot to protect himself. And with no tower down here, no way for the rest of the team to join him. Should be a slow, painful death here for Dreamer's Empire. These moves for sayuw just a little too quick for Live to Win to react to, and they've got to be careful when they're pushing out these lanes alone, as this Keeper of the Light +1 will be there every time to shut them down.
sayuw is the absolute MVP right now in this game. Look at his net worth too. He's making moves around all over, but also while doing it, he's stacking. So that's why his net worth is so inflated. He's gotten so much stack gold himself. He's really dictating the whole pace of this game right now with these recalls and with these constant chakras on his teamites. They're just swooping from lane to lane.
Afterlife.
Afterlife.
He's kind of chilling it.
Is under attack.
They don't want to go on him though. As he's still got the ult. EcNart not quite having static storm available yet, as Afterlife will manage to get the thunder off. See if this time he does roll himself out to safety. I imagine he will. As okay, yeah, he's still up. He's up. He's away. He's fine. This time he'll get out of that.
No, they're just trying to play the farm and avoid game until they have their big fight ready. Until they have Immersion Blink Dagger online. Until they have the puck with, I guess, the Desto and all that. Probably mostly the Immersion Blink that they're waiting on, which is actually scanned. He might get found over here. But yeah, they're just buying time. Look at FN too, cutting the mid.
It's close.
Yes.
Look at top two. Look at Afterlife. Look at their positioning. It's just really about avoiding until they
Gwyn might find him though. Oh, he tries to make a guess for it.
Avoiding them. Avoid the bristle. Avoid these recalls until you have that blink. Immersion. He's gonna have it done pretty much now. And then I'd imagine their look fight. Sure, the Ursa still is in farm mode, but they're very strong with their 4.
Yeah, I mean, I think if Live to Win can just make sure not to give up too much more and let the game go on for 20 more minutes, get this Ursa, 5 or 6 slotted, this Ursa's going to have a very solid chance at carrying this game against Empire's Hero. Sure, the Bristle's going to be strong, but once this Ursa's got like BKB Abyssal, he goes on any of the other 4 heroes and they're just going to die every time.
And they're going to have, let's see, -5 armor from Lucky Shot, -3 from Overcorrosion, that's 8, and a Desto on FN soon. So I think -15 armor being applied to everybody. sayuw. He actually brings Gwyn.
He does bring Gwyn in. Sayyu's actually going to live for now. They're able to cancel the ult for SoNNeikO. Sayyu's still alive. They weren't able to kill him off. They're going to get the vision on Dream. They drag him back with the Eclipse. They put a stop to his escape. As Dream, has he got any help? There's no one that can help him here. Dream goes down. Quick move from Empire as Live to Win that they try and get aggressive onto this Keeper of the Light, but they've got to be careful. If someone's getting recalled in, it will quickly get turned around.
sayuw's just dancing on them, really. Again, makes another phenomenal play, even though he's a defensive one. He gets the nice recall, brings the rest of his teammates in too. The TPs. Live to Win just continuing to farm up, split push. Get stacks going, just waiting and waiting. Still not feeling like they're ready to fight.
EcNart with the courier, he's going to find Afterlife.
Radiant's bottom tower
Does have static storm, and they've got TP cancel as well. Gwynbleidd's in. Cancelling the TP. By some time with the self-fuels, he's got a swashbuckle up. Rolling thunder in a couple of seconds. We're going to have another spell to throw out at him. Oh, he's not. Afterlife's away.
He's gonna get away.
Yeah, he's gonna be safe for sure. They can't chase this far.
Space.
Here's Smiling Knight. Ready to start diving towers here, feeling pretty strong. And the Bristol as he's in. And Bishop, was it gonna save SoNNeikO? He frostbites him to hold him back. He's not gonna live though. The reach is there for Smiling Knight. As this Bristol ready to really start running at the heroes. And, he doesn't care how many towers he dives right now. As Vanguard, Hood, Nest and Y.
That's for me.
He can go wherever he wants.
swinging from lane to lane, recalling from lane to lane, just not giving Live to Win any space on the map to farm. Dream, this Ursa is just, he's unable to find farm. 20 minutes, he's only 7.8k left. 0-2-0. 3-12 at the moment. Smiling Knight really being a boss. Now top FN.
Here I am.
We'll be okay. But when is Live to Win actually going to group up and look for this fight? Look to actually punch back here with this Blink Echo, where they've got all the tools at the ready, just being very hesitant because of how big this Bristol is. Maybe mid on Pet too. Wait, split off.
He's able to, before the Thunder comes into connection, and now he's going to start running straight back at them. The rest of Empire swinging over. See what sort of a catch they can get. Afterlife tries to jump out, but Swashbuckle put the setup. Gwynbleidd into the Remnant. He's trapped the Pango, taking him out.
Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
As just going to show Leon, Live to Win, they've got to be so careful with how they try and start these fights off. Into the base they go, they're ready to try and die. SoNNeikO getting low and multiple jump in with the Echo. Is able to catch out Gwynbleidd as they bring down the Void Spirit. It's something, but it is just the one of them. And still the rest of Empire continuing to be completely unfazed by anything that Live to Win throw at them.
Bristol's too big of a problem. Dream just needs way more time to be able to actually join up into these fights. They actually have a good squad to be fighting around whenever they do have that primal split. And he's very close to his Aghanims. I thought that they were going to have a lot harder time actually getting to this point, but now he'll always have his ult up for the fight. He'll always have at least one charge. Starting to look a little pretty tough here for Live to Win to actually do much. They're just playing the farm game. No Dream has BKB. It just feels very limited for them to actually take on any head-on fights unless some Dream Echo. And they're going to have 90 seconds without it, so Empire feel like they can keep dictating the space, keep running at them, and even find a DD, so they can actually force a Roche potentially.
A Roche or an easy kill.
Or an easy kill.
Afterlife, all instantly out with a Rolling Thunder.
Okay.
And he needed to as well there. Gwynbleidd very close to getting the Yule set up on it.
FN continuing his split push, trying to get these towers. Buying
Immersion
to feel comfortable.
Smiling Knights,
Dire's
but
bottom
okay,
tower
the
is
AC,
under
it's
attack.
pretty close. You know, just a sort of that big recipe away. And we're really going to see some damage issues when Dream does try and commit with just the BKB onto the target. As bottom lane, Static Storm's down. It's trapped FM for now. We'll be able to now get the Dream Collar down onto Gwynbleidd, but he's got ways to protect himself as he's up with the Yules. He's going to be brought to the side. He's fine. And now it's Afterlife and FN that have to get on the retreat. They're into the trees. They found Dream. As Dream is enraged, comes to an end. Nothing else to keep himself safe as Dream will fall.
Bright and breezy.
And Petu just zones the enemy team with his primal split now, pretty easily. Again, these recalls, these glimmers, sayuw comes in, protects his teammates, protects the Void Spirit.
Bright and breezy.
Radiant structures are
He's around
fortified.
bottom.
No one can do on his own though. Throwing himself
Yeah, this
very
is actually such a good solution to the minus armor that is coming up, and the pop from the Pango and everything.
Dire's middle tower is under attack. Radiant's bottom tower has fallen.
Seeing it, yeah, he just hits so hard right now, this Bristol. Still just so far ahead of the farmer Dream. Dream has been a very sort of slow, painful game for him. 1-3-0 on the Ursa, and not a lot of farm to show for it. There just hasn't been the space on the map. He hasn't been able to find those safe areas because of how well Empire's been keeping this global pressure up with sayuw's Keeper of the Light, dragging people all over the map.
They're really just showing no mercy. It's every time somebody shows on the map, 3 or 4 heroes collapses. Afterlife, he shows on a wave, Wind's already there, recall's already starting.
Yeah, they just can't run. They can't get away from this. It seems like at the moment they have to play like this, Live to Win, where you are split up and you just sort of accept somebody's gonna die.
But they're giving up so many kills because they're so split up versus the Disruptor. They're buying back to fight a whole version.
I mean, the Echo does allow him to break down. See if they can turn as they try and move it onto Smart. Smiling Knight. The static storms down. SoNNeikO going for the ult, but they're able to put it to an end. Smiling Knight continuing to get stunned. They've dream coiled him, but still they really lack the damage to take down this Bristle. They cannot kill him off at all.
Has no clue how to play versus this Bristle. They're actually just, they've avoided the fights every single time. And now when he's fully online, they commit to seeing the fight. He literally has everything that he wants in this game now at this point. And that's when they choose to actually go for him. It seems like some very strange decisions as like Dream is he's just farming to recover, but he's just getting picked off because they have amazing gank with Recall and Disruptor. Honestly,
I mean, he's trying to TP out, but wins there. They're making this one messy now. Empire just, they are just rushing Live to Win. Live to Win cannot get
Dire's top tower
anything
is
done
under
here, as this
Dire's
Bristol
structures
is
are
completely out of control.
It well and truly feels impossible. They never fought. It feels like they literally never did anything but just farm this game. They let Empire swing from lane to lane. It was sayuw who was doing these really nice moves with the recalls, but I'm just surprised the way that they played when they had that good advantage at the start. Just so passive.
For sure, the amount of stacks that sayuw did and the boost that it gave to
Radiant's
Smiling Knight,
middle tower has fallen.
it just seems like they were able to tell him in a way that the Live to Win was sort of caught off guard with how farmed this Bristol became as quickly as he did.
Just, it feels like so many things. Like, FN is 0-0-4. Before he even ever casted a coil on the Void Spirit added a Yule temporary finish. It just seems like it's way too passive of an approach. They let Empire do everything that they wanted to. They let them stack, they let them do their recalls, they let them do their glimpse backs and pickoffs. Live to Win just hasn't been keen to fight ever, until the Bristle was actually fully farmed and ready. This feels weird.
And just losing these racks. Yeah, they can't do anything. They're just watching, and somebody's pasting chickens down on the ground. That's all they can do. That is their defense.
Has fallen.
And Ursa's BKB still dead on the courier for 8 seconds, so he can't look to fight.
Radiant's bottom tower is
Maybe they felt like because they were versus the Brew, he just really needed this BKB because he's gonna get thrown in the air a lot. But I don't know. It just seems very weird. As Empire now really able to just push and take towers with just the Bristol fusion.
Well, they've got the BKB on Dream now, so it's something. We'll see if that does allow him to at least commit, start the fight off with maybe killing one of the easier targets on the back. Immersion. The setup onto sayuw. Static Storm's already down onto Afterlife. They will manage to get in a burst through the Keeper of the Light, but they've lost Afterlife. FN getting the Dream Call down at the back west, but immediately stunned, held in position. FN goes down, and they're going to call it. They know there's just nothing that they can do, and it really feels like the whole of this game fog. There was just nothing that they did to do.
Yeah, this is a little sometimes. Felt like they had some chances to actually pick heroes off and fight a bit when Empire was splitting up, but I